There are many great accelerators all over the world, like YE Combinator, DMZ, Techstars, Antler, and many other ones. But the thing is, they are not tailored for immigrant founders. And it's not a critic, but it's a reality. But the good news is at Caravantures, we are taking care of a very tailored program for startup founder and co-founders from developing countries. And we don't want to be another accelerator, but covering the stage that's after relocation, especially before joining any accelerator or getting any investors, you really need to have to win. There is a big gap between accelerators and investors and startup founders and those talents who are searching for investment after relocations. And it is very obvious and easy to understand why really there are some red flags for them. Investors usually don't touch first year immigrant founders, but why? Because first of all, there is a big risk profile for those immigrant founders comparing to local founders, because most of them don't know about many different basics like company establishment, taxation, accountancy, IP registration, and many other things that they already knew when they were in their home country, but not in the new country. Another thing is visa uncertainty. Most of them cannot be sure if you can renew your visa or not. And if because if you don't achieve enough traction, definitely you cannot renew your visa, and it is a big risk for them because they invest their time, money, and credits for you. So they want to be more certain about many different things. And another thing is, while there are a lot of local founders, why they invest in you while you have a big risk profile for them. So investors aren't cruel, I believe. They are just cautious and they are not blind. They just check everything regarding their long term investment and if it makes sense for them to invest or not. But why specifically accelerators and incubators usually don't fit in year one? I told you that there are a big risk profile when they want to invest on you. But another thing is uh, from founder side, because most of those accelerators, like very big names like Y Combinators or Techstars or Antler, they really don't have a tailored version of their program for immigrant founders. And they really need to know more because if they won't be onboarded in a way that it should be, then they always need to learn a lot of things that local founders, local startups, they really doesn't need to know. And those accelerators must help them to find out everything from the first step. But what's the solution for it? Because from one hand, there is big risk for those investors to invest in the immigrant founders, and from another hand, I can say there are no any kind of tailored program for immigrant founders that help those immigrant founders. So I believe the most important thing that it really could help a lot is to have one bridge between these two stage. I mean, if we have a trusted third party in the middle, then it means from one hand we have a very great onboarding for those immigrant founders, and they can learn everything, for example, in the beginning or even before relocation. If they know more, if they are more ready, then it means the risk profile for those investors and accelerators are way lower. And if already those third party filtered the best one, then it means definitely it can help a lot. That new accelerators, not just because of that startup, but because they have trust on this third party, and this third party already take care of everything regarding filtering the best startups and being sure they are onboarded in new countries. Then it means we can have way better healthy system, and everyone could be happy in the end. But without that third party, or better to say, that bridge, we really cannot make a big impact, because from one hand we have a very good governments that created a very nice infrastructure already for those immigrant founders with their startup visa, and help them a lot to easily pass that very complex process that you can normally do for getting visa for relocations. And from another hand, we have a lot of good talents with big potential for growing their startups and be the next unicorns, but they are get stuck in the wrong locations. But what I want to say is that Caravantures is going to fill that gap between these two very different parties and help them, those immigrant founders, be onboarded for being ready to really rock. And I can say definitely those accelerators like YC are very amazing at scaling startups, but Caravantures is amazing at making sure immigrant founders have a chance to get the get to that level for scaling. And we are not them, and we don't want to be instead of them. And the only thing we are going to create is startup ecosystem Diaspora. That's along with our startup programs. We are going to create different communities for different diaspora we have in different countries. For example, in Netherlands, we have a lot of Nigerian, a lot of Indian, a lot of Iranians in tech, and definitely they can support each other. And along with our startup visa, we have investor program in near future that help those tech employees in very good companies here to learn how they can potentially invest as angel investors on immigrant founders from their homeland, and support those diaspora. And if you think you're the next immigrant founder and you're ready to be part of this journey, please fill our forms for joining our programs. And at the same time, follow and subscribe our social media and YouTube channel, and suggest us to other people like you. Thank you so much, and see you soon.